This is a Kingrock camping chair. It's a folding chair with a built-in USB heater, and the SKU is HHGB-Gray Heat. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to buy it, it would cost you $99 without the heating pad and $110 if you include the USB heating system. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. Alright, so in the box you get this pretty hefty size storage bag. Nylon straps, zippers, logo on the side. The box with this bag in it weighs about 15.9 pounds, so I'm going to say, kind of your carry around weight here is just a little under 15 pounds. So this bag is about 38 inches long and about 9 inches by, say, 7 inches from a storage standpoint. It could smush down a little bit, but there's, the metal chair inside the bag. This bag does fit crosswise in the back of my compact car, so it does fit, but it's, it's kind of bulky in the back there. And it does seem to be pretty generously sized. There's an inch or two at the bottom of the bag here, so you probably won't have any trouble getting the chair back into the bag. Inside they have a little instruction card, and then this chair. And the chair looks very similar to other folding chairs I've seen before. Alright, these tubes are pretty sturdy steel, solid steel. They have some type of a kind of a hammered finish look on them. I don't know how protected they are from rust and oxidation. It looks like these rivets might be steel as well. Everything else is kind of nylon and some plastic bits on the joints and so forth. Now this chair does have an adjustable kind of backrest here, or lumbar support, and there's some straps here, and you can adjust in and out how far this guy pulls in. And so if you've had problems with chairs where you kind of fall back and fall back too far in the chairs, this guy here goes to the front handles, and that kind of allows you to push your lumbar area of your lower back in a bit. So that's adjustable. And it has a storage pocket for this if you don't want to use it up on top in the headrest. Alright, so in this headrest area, there's a zippered compartment across the top, and they call this a storage pocket for the back support pad. If you don't want to have it there, you can just store it in here. I mean, you can realistically store anything you want in there as long as you don't mind it hitting your head. So the left armrest has a storage pocket with a mesh bottom. It's just big enough to get a Yeti in there, but it's really more 12-ounce can sized. The right armrest has this zippered insulated pocket. And so it's kind of a squarish pocket. I think you could probably get maybe 2 12-ounce cans, maybe 3 12-ounce cans in there. And it's a little bit of insulation. It's maybe half an inch of foam in there with kind of a silver lining. So it's certainly better than no insulation at all. Now, hanging off the right-hand side of the chair, there's a kind of mesh organizer bag with 2 little mesh pockets that you can just, stuff whatever you need to stick in there. It'd be good for phones or a big tablet or something like that. Now, on the left-hand side, they have another pocket that hangs down, and this is the model that has the USB heater built into the seat. So there's a wire that comes out of the seat, and they just have it going in the top of the zipper here, but that's not really how it's supposed to be set up. There's a plug here. Realistically, you're supposed to take this through this little port in the back of the bag so that it comes in here, and then you can plug that in here. And what that's hooked to is this switch. And so there's a switch kind of glued to the inside here, and the wires are just kind of coming out of there. They don't look, super well protected there. It looks like if you pull on them too hard, they might rip off. But they just go to a USB-A port. So you provide your own power bank, you plug this in, push that button, and the seat heater turns on. So you can kind of see there's these 2 straps that come from the front handles and hold this pillow in kind of your lower back lumbar support area. And you can adjust how far forward or back that is just by adjusting these straps. So if you want that to go back, you can relax it quite a bit and it'll go back to kind of a more standard seat setup. Alright, so these handles can slide up and down on the back there. when you slide them up, they will pretty much stay up. If you push some force back here, they might pop down. But once you kind of stick them up, you know, if you lean on it, it'll pop down again. But you can put it up like that if you want them up high, and they'll hold the weight of your arms as long as you're not, you know, pushing down like that. They don't pop down. Now, if you do lean on them, they're going to kind of go down like that. So I have this strap very loose right now, so this is how far back the chair goes without this lumbar support strap being pulled. I can pull it and adjust it forward, and basically this part of your back gets pushed forward. Personally, I think it's just fine with that strap relaxed, so I might be one of those people who would zip it off and put it up here in the storage compartment. But if you want that lumbar support, it does have that lumbar support. It's adjustable on both sides. You can pull these straps from both sides and push it as far forward as you want. Right here, my legs are hitting the metal and this support bracket, so you know my legs are hitting metal right here. It's not uncomfortable, it's padded by the seat, but I can tell that, you know, there's a Y of metal below my legs, just kind of pushing my legs forward and in. My feet are flat on the floor right now. I'm not wearing any shoes, so if I had, you know, shoes with maybe an inch higher, my legs would probably be pushed up just a little bit and not on that metal. Easy access to this insulated pocket here, drink pocket there. So as a chair, it's pretty good. All right, we're going to try out this heated seat feature. So basically I have my supplied power bank there, user supplied power bank. I'm running this through a USB power monitor, so I'll see how much power it's drawing out of that power bank. So it looks like there might be about 3 different heat levels here. So if it's not lit up, you're not drawing any power. If you turn it on, it flashes a bit and it goes to the hottest setting, which is kind of the orangish red setting, and that's 1.75 amps. And then the blue setting is 1.2 amps, and the green setting is basically 1 amp. So the lowest power draw here is 1 amp, so if you have a 10 amp power bank, this could potentially go for 8 or 9 hours. I'm going to set it to the highest power draw, and we're going to see how warm this guy gets. I'm going to give it 5 minutes or so to see how it goes. Alright, the heated seat has been turned on for about 5 minutes, and you can see here clearly the pattern of the heating element inside of there, and the cable that goes back off to the power bank on the side. And so the hottest spot on the top of the chair here is about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So even at the highest setting, it doesn't look like it's going to burn you or anything. But you know, there's a location and extent of the heating element. The heated seat is nice. It's not like going to keep you completely warm if you're not appropriately dressed for the weather. But if you're appropriately dressed from the weather, it's going to keep that cold air flowing around underneath you from making your bottom cold. So I definitely think it's nice to have if you're going to be using this chair outdoors in cold weather a lot. It only adds $10 to the purchase price, so if you're trying to choose between the non-heated and the heated version, if you're in cold environments, you might as well buy the heated version. Alright, so this is the heating elements turned at the lowest setting, and it's getting the surface of the chair up to 83 Fahrenheit at the low setting. Alright, so as a folding camping chair, it seems to be pretty usable. Has all kind of the standard pockets and features I would expect. I'm not sure if it's worth the asking price. It seems to be a little expensive for what you're getting. That's just my opinion. I typically don't buy the super big, super nice chairs, but even for a super big, super nice chair, it seems a little bit expensive. All right, there was enough excess room in the bag for me to zip it back up pretty well. The bag is heavier towards the feet end of the chair, so when you're carrying it around, it kind of wants to lean back that way. So it's big and bulky, and it's expensive, and it's all steel, and the construction quality is decent, but nothing really outstanding. So it seems like for the price, I would expect to have even nicer quality construction, aluminum instead of steel. You know, so it seems expensive to me, and that's my general opinion about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with it other than perhaps the little wire connection on the seat heater. They look like if you yank on them too hard, they're going to pop off. But other than that, you know, the build quality seems very reasonable for a folding kind of camping chair, but it seems a little expensive for what you're getting.